Is there anything more classic than Donald Trump extracting money from his foolish followers? This guy falls under the same umbrella as people like Joel Osteen, who are just straight up con men. And today we have one of the most egregious examples. This is something that we've all been expecting, but I was on Truth Social and I saw a post that read, I've been dreading this post for a while now, but I finally must admit that I've lost a substantial portion of my life savings investing in the DJT Donald Trump stock. I was unable to continue this slide and sold the majority of my stake this afternoon at $26.55 per share. This is a disastrous fall, resulting in a loss of nearly $450,000 of my retirement savings. I am now forced to return to the workforce at age 76. Please, family, learn from my mistake and do not put everything into one stock. On one hand, this is one of the most depressing things I've ever heard, but on the other hand, it's like, really, dude? You put your life savings into a Donald Trump stock? You've never heard of the word diversify? This dude's name is Donesco Patriota, and I actually went through his Truth Social account to see if he was being serious, and he was being totally genuine. The next tweet that he sent out is, to the media hounding me for answers on my DJT investment, I need time to myself. Family won't talk to me before commenting on the stock. For anyone in the media, fake or not, that would like to discuss my new Kindle book, Biden's Last Shit in the Oval Office, please contact me. All right, this guy is literally just an idiot. I don't even want to know how many copies of the Trump Patriotic Bible this guy owns, but I think what makes this even more painful is that the Trump media Truth Social stock is now back up to $41.50, which means this dude sold at the absolute low, then had to watch it go back up and return to prices near where he bought in. That means that this guy lost his life savings, and if he would have just held on for a day or two, he would have been fine. And I've been there. I've sold stocks at the absolute bottom. It is incredibly painful. That's why you just need to put your money in SPY or an ETF that is safe and has a guaranteed return of 7% every year. But that's besides the point. Donald Trump repeatedly grifts off of his followers who are factory workers or mechanics or teachers or even construction workers. And we know for a fact that Donald Trump likes to scam construction workers and not pay them what he promised. Over and over, we see the working class take the hit so that Donald Trump can continue his lavish lifestyle. But I think what makes me the most mad is that Republicans like to gaslight their followers, their constituents, into thinking that any sort of tax increase will hurt the average person. So if Joe Biden introduces a plan for people who make over $400,000 to be taxed more, Republicans will immediately start to tell their fan base that, oh, this is going to affect you, you need to vote against Joe Biden, even though it only affects them. It affects people like Donald Trump, people who are bringing in all of this money, but the average working class person is convinced that Joe Biden wants to hike up their taxes, which makes no sense. Watch this clip of me at a Trump rally where I talk to multiple Trump supporters who tell me how much they've spent on Donald Trump. This one dude says he spent $1 million. Watch this clip.
We the people got to open our eyes, open our wallets, stand at your polling stations and make sure that they're not cheating us again.
I mean, you're talking to probably the number one Trump guy. I mean, I probably put $1 million into Trump, but I've never made a cash donation.
Wow.
I drive this bus around as a rolling billboard. It's my part-time Harvey. I go to rallies. I meet great people. I give out free stuff.
Have you seen a return on that $1 million? Or is it like you've sunk it into Trump?
I sunk it into, taking this bus off the road for almost 8 years.
Wow.
When I talk to people and I say, you're much better off now than you were during Trump. Well, just think about one thing, not all the other things. I've lost 3 businesses during this bullshit. I had 4 businesses. I'm down to this business, my bus business. My bus business, during COVID, I almost lost my bus business. I lost 3 other businesses. I had a restaurant for 25 years. Biden shut that down.
I'm sorry to hear about
Everything 3 times more expensive.
Trump is in jail. Next election, do you still vote for him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. I'll even send him $50 for his bond.
Damn.
Yep.
He's a billionaire, though. You could give him money?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Donald Trump is out there convincing working class people to give the last bit of their paycheck to him in hopes that they'll see a return on it in the stock market or just see him back in the White House. But it seems like neither of those things will happen for people that are giving their money to Trump. The even more egregious part is that Trump is getting absolutely filthy rich off of this stock. This NPR article reads, former President Trump is set to get $1.2 billion richer, at least on paper, in unrealized gains. The windfall comes thanks to being rewarded with an additional 36 million shares in Trump Media and Technology Group, the company behind his Truth Social app. The shares are a bonus provided to him after Trump Media traded above a certain level for a set number of days. Trump met that criteria at the close of trading on Tuesday. The new shares raise his stake in Trump Media to 115 million shares, boosting the entire net worth of his holdings in the company to $3.7 billion. Yet Trump would never give a single penny to the guy at the beginning of the video who lost his life savings. Trump would not piss on that guy if he were on fire. Sometimes it feels like Trump's entire journey to the White House was a long grift that went too far. In 2016, he grifted his way into the White House, and even while he was leaving, while he was trying to stop that peaceful transfer of power, he was grifting his way out by making claims of massive, widespread voter fraud across all of these different swing states. And he knew that this voter fraud claim was not true because people around him, people like Mike Pence, people like Bill Barr, people like his kids said, hey, there's not any voter fraud, but he still raised all of this money to take this to courts, this court, that court. And he made sure to not spend a single penny of his own money while he watched people like Mike Lindell bankrupt themselves trying to prove that this election fraud existed. See, that's the difference. I think Mike Lindell genuinely got swept up into Trump's lies and believes that there was massive, widespread voter fraud. That's why he was willing to bankrupt himself. But Donald Trump knows for a fact that there was no voter fraud, so he relied on these super PACs. He relied on donations from his followers. Ever since Donald Trump got elected, it's been obvious that the people who support him the most will also suffer the most when a scam comes crashing down. Whether that's politically or financially or socially, these people are bearing the brunt of it. And that's why it's going to be all the more cathartic when Donald Trump finally does get convicted of one of these charges, because he's kind of gone by unscathed until now, and he's finally seeing the consequences of his actions. He's always looking incredibly beat up and tired, and his eyes are always super bloodshot because he has to fly from courtroom to campaign and then go back and sit in a cold courtroom and listen to all of the crimes he's committed. And this is only the first trial. We also have trials with some way bigger crimes that he committed. I think some of that election interference stuff, some of the January 6th stuff is way crazier, and I can't wait until we get there. Not only is this detracting from his campaigning, but we'll see prosecutors like Jack Smith laying out all of the evidence in a very clean fashion, and the general public will finally fully understand the crimes that Trump committed, because now people just vaguely know these words about hush money or election interference, but after all of the evidence is very cleanly laid out, it's going to be a different story. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment a blue heart if you made it this far, subscribe. Most importantly, have a great Saturday and Sunday yourselves.